Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with a video about products I repurchase, even on a no-buy. I've been on a no-buy for about maybe a year, and I don't know what caused it. I just all of a sudden just had it. I just all of a sudden had enough makeup, and I was like, just stop. So I went on a no-buy, and these are things that I will not hesitate to repurchase, even though I'm not purchasing a lot. I have an Ulta store in my house of blushes, foundations, highlighters, bronzers. I don't need more makeup, but I'll buy these every single time I run out of them. So I'm going to jump right into this, and I'm going to start with the one eyeshadow I would replace. And it's a brand, and it is Viseart. When I run out of my Visearts, or when these get old and kind of just not real clean, or they just need freshening, I will replace these because this is all I would need for the rest of my life. I would say 99% of the time, this is what I have on. I wear it every day. I grab it and I can do cool, I can do neutral, I can do warm, and I have them all in a Z palette, but this is what they look like when you get them. And then I haven't depotted, but I might. The neutral Milieu, this is the neutral 2, and the cool 2, which is somewhere around here. But this is the original neutral mattes in the Z palette, and I would replace those every time I ran out of them. It is a little bit pricey to start a collection of these. So when I did it, I got like one a month until I had all of them. And now I would just replace them one at a time. So, okay, then I'm going to move on to concealers. And I have a little handful of concealers that I replace every time I run out of them. Even though I have a little stash in here of tons of concealer, I have to keep these. And the first one I use as a color corrector. It's the Studio Finish in the pot. And I use this as a color corrector or a base. That's probably not peach enough for a color corrector, but it's what I do. This is my initial in the morning. I get a little Real Techniques blending brush and just put right on my dark circles, and I use this as an eyeshadow base. And I love this. It sticks on there, and it really gives you a nice cover on those dark circles. This may be all you need. Mine are stubborn, so I use this. Then I layer, y'all, and I'm careful with it. It doesn't feel caked up or anything, but I love this layering system. Then the Maybelline Age Rewind. I always have a backup of this. I always have one waiting. I get them on Amazon in like sets of 3. This is the brightener, and I always take the sponge off. And this is a color corrector, and I put just a little bit right here on the dark circles. And this just gives me a little bit more cover to those dark circles. And I always keep this. Okay, then I always keep a Shape Tape because this is my go-to touch-up. This applies beautifully over powder and other layers of concealer in the middle of the day. This is always what I pick up. This just has the best cover and a great doe foot, and just works beautifully over layered over other concealers. Or by itself, this would be a lot. I mean, this would be enough for a lot of y'all. But I use this for a touch-up. And then the last concealer that I repurchase every time I run out of it now is the Hourglass in Birch. This is a little bit magic, y'all. It covers my dark circles so that I really don't have to touch up much during the day with my Shape Tape. I don't have to touch up right before I hit record if I'm going out to show a house. This lasts all day long. I love the doe foot on it. It's like kind of flat and fat, so it spreads out and spreads really well. The only thing about this one is it's a little bit fussy to use. It does not layer well over if you've set your under eyes. It doesn't layer well over some other concealers. And if my eyes are watering at all, it will not stick. So sometimes I have to work with this a little bit. It is worth it. It covers those dark circles like nothing else I may have. So these are the concealers that I repurchase, even in a no-buy. I keep a stash of these. So, okay, next, I have one blush that I replace on my no-buy, or that I will replace on my no-buy, and everything else, I go over here. I'll take a picture of my stash and show you all the blushes I have. And I don't repurchase. When I run out, even if I love it, I do not repurchase, except there's two, and they're the same color. The Nars Orgasm, which is a peachy pink. Most of you know it. It is a classic. And I touch up with this during the day. I keep this over here in my desk or in my purse to take with me or to touch up before I hit record. And it just brightens my face. This probably is my perfect color. So I will replace the Nars Orgasm, or the Milani Luminoso is just about as nice as this. And I don't know that I can really tell a difference. But after I ran out of the Luminoso, I got this out, and I love them both. I think Luminoso's a dupe of this, and so I will replace this over and over. It always makes my makeup better than it was. Always. I love it. Okay, next, some powders. I always replace my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish because this does give me a flawless finish. It doesn't have a lot of product in it. So, you know, it's kind of a splurge, but I'm addicted to it. I cannot quit buying this. I always keep two of them. And when I run out of one of them, I always replace it. This is what goes in my purse or stays in my desk. This is touch-up powder. I don't use this first thing in the morning, so it lasts me because it's just a touch-up. Now, I will tell you something that's giving this a run for its money. The MAC Studio Fix powder may be the most perfecting touch-up powder and foundation powder I have ever used, including the Lancome Dual Finish, which was my go-to little baby powder foundation for 20 years. Well, I bought this probably a couple of years ago, and not long ago, I forgot to put my foundation on, and I was out showing real estate, and I was like, I didn't put my foundation on. Put this on. I had as good of a look that day as if I had put foundation and powder and setting powder. This made me totally flawless. This is my favorite touch-up powder right now. And it's a full touch-up. You know, it's a full cover. So you get more cover if your makeup's worn off during the day. This is what I put on today right before I hit record. And we'll put a little more on. Oh, y'all. Yeah, this may put every other touch-up powder out of commission, because I get a little more cover, a beautiful finish on this. It is just a lovely powder. Okay, my next one is a finishing powder, and I use this in the morning after I put all my makeup on. I buff everything out with this, and it's the Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder. It is the most beautiful, velvety, finely milled powder that blurs like nobody's business. It blurs like a filter. So I love the Nakia Joy. I have another one waiting. I don't ever want to run out of this. Okay, and then my last powder is my Derma Blend, and this is my setting powder. After I put on my foundation, I set with this. I put on foundation, cream blush, and then I set with this. And it is a transparent, sheer, clear setting powder that just sets your makeup down, mattifies it a little bit, but doesn't really add any cover, so to speak. It is great. It's just a good utilitarian setting powder. I love it. I purchased that over and over. Okay, next I have two foundations. And I will tell y'all, I have about 25 foundations in there, but when I run out of either one of these, I am repurchasing, and I love them both, I think, equally. And the first one I have talked about a lot recently, and that is the Tarte Founcealer. This is still in the box because I'm using this other one right now, but I always keep a backup of this. This gives a filtered, blurred, great cover. Now, this is a great cover, y'all. It is a full cover. It is a luminous finish, but when I powder it and set it, I don't get shiny through the day. It's just a beautiful, luminous skin finish. It comes with a pump like that, and you click it to lock it. I put it on with a damp beauty blender, kind of shear it out a little bit. It's beautiful. I love that. I bet this is about my 6th bottle of this. I also have another one I haven't talked about in a long time. So if you watch me regularly, you may be surprised. But this is so filtering and such a good cover. And this one is a little bit lighter than this one. And so I've really been enjoying it. And it's the Givenchy Tint Couture Everwear. It is beautiful. It's a little bit thinner than this one, but it's still a great cover. It's a beautiful cover. And I wear this in N203. In the concealer, I'm Fair Sand. In this one, I'm in 203, and it just gives me a beautiful, they call it a matte, I think, but it's a skin finish. It's more of a skin finish, a really good cover, doesn't feel heavy. I think this might be my, if I could only have one, but I love these both. Okay, then I have a couple of lip products that even though I have 40 lipsticks over here, I repurchase these the minute I run out of them. And the first one is Kim KW. This one is the one I have on today. This is probably my go-to. And this is just a perfect peachy nude that doesn't make me go too dead, ever. So I love it. Again, this is what I have on today, and I keep it in my purse. I keep it in my desk. I love this. Then I also keep a beige nude. A beigey nude, and that used to be Sugar by Becca, but now that Becca's closed down, I picked this up by Lancome. This is Beige Mirage, and I like this better than Becca Sugar, and it is just a beigey, peachy nude, and it is beautiful. Beautiful. It's that. That may be my most perfect everyday. It's gorgeous. And I love the texture of this. It's creamy and moisturizing, but not too shiny or slick, which I don't like. This is a beautiful lipstick. Lancome Beige Mirage, and the package is beautiful. It's got a rose on the end, and you push that to open it. It's magnetic. It is a beautiful cosmetic. Okay, then I have one by MAC, and I always keep backup after backup of this and repurchase it, and it is Bosom Friend. Okay, this is a pinky nude. So when I go cool, when I have a cool look on, this is what I use. I put on a darker liner, or I can go dead with this. This can be too pale. But it is beautiful with a darker liner, and then put this on, and it kind of spotlights, and it just has a beautiful pinky nude glow. It is beautiful. And that's a cream as well. Okay, then I have 2 glosses that I always replace, and one of them is by MAC, and it's Oyster Girl. This just gives a creamier, a creamier, shinier look to anything I have on. And I'm not replacing all my glosses. I just ran out of a Buxom, 2 Buxoms that I'm not replacing because this is the one that I always pick up. This Oyster Girl is so nice. Yeah, it just makes it milky, like a milky, creamy color and finish. And I love it. I keep several of these. So. And then the other gloss is Lancome Juicy Tubes, and I have this in Marshmallow Electra. And the reason I keep this is for a lip treatment at night. This is the best thing. If your lips peel, this is so sticky. You can put this on and you still feel a little bit of it in the morning. It sticks. I think it's too sticky for the daytime. For me, my hair gets all stuck in it, and it's just really sticky and thick. So, but at night, this is perfect, and it makes my lips not peel. Sometimes it's so sticky that even at night, I put something smooth over it, like Laneige or Carmex, just something kind of smooth over it to seal that, and it is the best lip treatment. I love it. Okay, and then I have one eyeliner that I feel like is worth a mention because, no, 2. I'm going to mention 2 eyeliners because I have all of these liners, expensive liners. I have Lancome liners, Smashbox liners, Charlotte Tilbury liners, and the liners that I keep replacing when I run out of them, Rimmel Black Coal for under $5. I thought, no, get out another liner, use another liner. I cannot. On my upper lash line, this is the first thing I put, and I put it all the way out to here, so I have a little wing out here, you know, like a little wing, and then I go over it with an e.l.f. Liquid Intense Ink eyeliner, and that's so thin I can go all the way over here and not take up lid space. I always get a perfect line, thick or thin, and I love them. These are the two liners that I replace over and over, even with all of these in here. I am seeing a Lancome liner. I'm like, get that out. I'm gonna get that Lancome liner out. But these are my go-tos. These are my little babies that I use all the time and I keep replacing them. All right, and that is all of my products that I am buying over and over, even though I'm on a no-buy. Y'all definitely down below let me know anything that you love, that you keep in your stash and repurchase over and over. And that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day.